Yes. All right. So I'm going to read the first chapter of the Book of Jubilees. I'm sorry, I had to pause it. My son wanted to say something to me. My little baby. Look, here he go again. Hold on. All right. So I'm gonna read Jubilees chapter 1. Now, this is the main reason why I think they took this out, took this out of the Bible, because this right here exposed too much about why we went into captivity and how the Most High knew that it was going to happen before it happened. And so he made them put it in the book, and it's in the Sefer and in the Apocrypha. And if you don't hear about it or somebody don't expose you to it, my bad, I had to pause it again. I got kids and cats and stuff, so excuse me if I have to pause and say something. Excuse me again. All right, so if they put this in the regular Bible, this would be too much of a hint on why they took it out and who we are as a nation of people, as the Most High chosen people, right? So I'm gonna read it, and if you never heard of the Book of Jubilees, you can go online. I'm busy, baby. Okay, if you can go online and look it up, or either you can buy the Apocrypha on, I think Amazon sell it, or you can have a Sefer. I think the Hallelujah Scriptures. I'm not sure, but I have a Sefer, so it's in the Sefer Bible. But there's ways that you can get the Book of Jubilees, right? It exposed too much. Just in the first chapter, it exposed too much. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start reading it, and y'all go look it up for yourself. All right, and it said, and it came to pass in the first year. Hold on, cause I have astigmatism, and I be trying to read without my glasses. I can't read without my glasses. I can't see without my glasses, but it's a whole lot better. But when I have my glasses on, I'm able to focus a little better, and it don't hurt my eyes. So give me one moment. I should have paused it. All right, that's better. All right. And it came to pass in the first year of the exodus of the children of Yasharel out of Mitzrayim, or Egypt, in the third month, on the 16th day of the month, that Elohim spoke to Moshe, saying, or Moses is Moshe, come up to me on the mount, and I will give you 2 sapphire stones of the Torah and of the commandment, which I have written, that you may teach them. And Moshe went up into the mount of Elohim, and the glory of Yahuwah abode on Mount Sinai, and a cloud overshadowed it 6 days. And he called to Moshe on the 7th day out of the midst of the cloud, and the appearance of the glory of Yahuwah was like a flaming fire on the top of the mount. And Moshe was on the mount 40 days and 40 nights. And Elohim taught him the earlier and the latter history of the division of the days of the Torah and of the testimony. And he said, hold on. And he said, incline your heart to every word which I shall speak to you on this mount, and write them in a sefer, or a book, in order that their generations may see how I have not forsaken them for all of the evil which they have wrought in transgressing the covenant which I have established between me and you for their generations this day on Mount Sinai. And thus it will come to pass, when all these things come up upon them, that they will recognize that I am more righteous than they in all their judgments and in all their actions, and they will recognize that I have been truly with them. And do you write for yourself all these words which I declare unto you this day, for I know their rebellion and their stiff neck, before I bring them into the land of which I swore to their fathers Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, unto your seed will I give a land flowing with milk and honey. And and they will eat and be satisfied, and they will turn to strange Elohim, to Elohim which cannot deliver them. Elohim means gods. Hey, you too loud. All right. For from out of their tribulation, or from out of their tribulation, and this witness shall be heard for a witness against them. For they will forget all my commandments, even all that I command them, and they will walk after the other nations, and after their uncleanness, and after their shame. And they will serve their Elohim, and these will prove unto them in offense, in a tribulation, in a affliction, in a snare. So this lets you know that the Christian church teaching our people that the law's been done away with was nothing but a lie. That's the nations teaching our people uncleanness, because now we don't know what's clean and unclean. We don't know the difference. We don't know what's an abomination and what is not an abomination. We don't know the difference because the other nations taught us lies. They took our book and taught us lies and told us that all this stuff was done away with. All right. And so it said, and many will perish and they will be taken captive. Captive means slaves. We'll be taken as slaves. All right. And will fall into the hands of the enemy. And will, okay, I just read that. Because they have forsaken my ordinances and my commandments and the feast of my covenants and my Sabbaths and my holy place which I have sanctified for myself in their midst, and my tabernacle and my sanctuary which I have sanctified for myself in the midst of the land, that I should set my name upon it and that it should dwell there. This is exactly why we went into slavery, right there. We forsake the covenant. We forsake everything to follow after the heathens and our enemies, after their gods and their ways. So now look at us. We are destroyed as a people, but let me be quiet. All right. And they will make to themselves high places and Asherah poles and graven images, and they will worship each his own graven image, so as to go astray, and they will sacrifice their children to devils and to all the works of their errors of their hearts. And Asherah poles, I think that's strip clubs, right? I could be wrong. Strip clubs is Asherah poles. And sacrificing your children to the devils. Now, we may not be sacrificing physically our children, but by us celebrating these holidays and teaching our children to transgress all of the Most High commandments and listening to the doctrines of devils, that we sacrificing our children. We have our children doing all this wicked stuff, and we don't even know that we are the reason why our children are starting to go into hell. All right. And I will send witnesses unto them, that I may witness against them. But they will not hear, and they will slay the witnesses also. And they will persecute those who seek the Torah, and they will abrogate and change everything so that as to work evil before my eyes. And I will hide my face from them, and I will deliver them into the hand of the other nations for captivity, for slavery, and for a prey, and for devouring. And I will remove them from the midst of the land, and I will scatter them among the other nations. Did that not happen during the transatlantic slave trade and the Arabic slave trade? Think about it. And they will forget all my Torah and my commandments and all my judgments, and will go astray as the new moons, the Sabbaths, the feasts, the jubilees, and the ordinances. All right. And after this, they will turn to me from amongst the other nations with all their heart and with all their soul and with all their strength. And I will gather them from amongst the other nations, and they will seek me, so that I shall be found of them when they seek me with all their heart and with all their soul. We better start seeking the Most High. Start seeking Him. If you don't know Him, you don't have to know who He is, but if you seek Him, He will reveal Himself to you. You don't have to grow up in the Christian church not knowing the Most High. You can be a straight up atheist, and if you seek Him because you want to know the truth, He will be found of you. But you have to seek Him with your whole heart. You have to want to know who the Most High is, and that goes for black people. That goes for anybody. Gentiles, it don't matter who you are. If you want to seek Him, you want to know Him, He will be found of you. All right. And I was disclosed to them abounding peace with righteousness, and I will remove them the plant of uprightness with all my heart and with all my soul, and they shall be for a blessing and not for a curse, and they shall be the head and not the tail. And I will build my sanctuary in the midst, and I will tabernacle with them, and I will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people in truth and righteousness. And I will not forsake them, nor fail them, for I am Yahuwah Elohim. Now, just this passage, I'm not even done with this passage, but just this passage let you know the reason why they took this out. Why they don't want you to know it. Because if we was to read this as a collective and remember who we are. Okay, baby, that's good. I'm glad you won. If we was to remember who we are as His people and start to turn back to Him, everything would, like, it'll be over. It'll be over for the other nations. We'll be back on top. We'll be a righteous nation doing everything that we're supposed to do in righteousness and knowing the truth and establishing the truth on the earth. All right. And Moses fell on his face and prayed and said, O Yahuwah Elohai, do not forsake your people and your inheritance, so that they should wander in the error of their hearts. And do not deliver them into the hands of their enemies, the other nations, lest they shall rule over them and cause them to sin against you. That's exactly what's been going on. They've been ruling over us and causing us to sin against the Most High. And some of us are waking up because the Most High Spirit is moving amongst us and causing us to wake up and remember ourselves. We are starting to remember who we are and who our Father is. All right. So it said, let your mercy, O Yahuwah, be lifted upon your people and create in them an upright ruach. Ruach just means spirit. And let not the ruach of Belial. Belial is Balaam or Baal, the Lord. That's who Balaam is. Baal is the Lord. If you look it up, that's who we always calling on every time we say the Lord. All right. It says, and let not the ruach of Belial rule over them, to accuse them before you, and to ensnare them from all the cycles of righteousness, so that they may perish from before your face. But they are your people and your inheritance, which you have delivered with your great power from the hands of the Mitzrayim. Create in them a clean heart and a Ruach HaKodesh, a set-apart spirit. That's what that means. And let them not be ensnared in their sins from henceforth unto eternity. All right. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, I know their contrariness and their thoughts and their stiff-neckedness, and they will not be obedient till they confess their own sin and the sins of their fathers. So one of the first things I did before I even read this stuff was confess my sins and the sins of my forefathers, that we messed up. Even though I didn't do all the stuff that our forefathers did, I still confessed it, that we messed up against the Most High, that we sinned against our Elohim, that we was worshiping other gods and doing all kind of wickedness. So that's one of the first things that you have to do. You have to confess the things that you've done. And after this, they will turn to me in all uprightness and with all their heart and with all their soul. And I will circumcise the foreskin of their heart and the foreskin of the heart of their seed. And I will create in them a Ruach HaKodesh, a set apart spirit, and I will cleanse them so that they shall not turn away from me from this day unto eternity. So the Most High is going to cleanse us and our kids, our children, to follow him. That's one thing that I always pray, that the Most High gather us out of here, put a new spirit in us, the spirit that we're going to be righteous, that we're going to follow him and be obedient to everything that he tell us to do. And that our children won't see shield. And that our children won't see shield. But that's why I try to teach my children the right thing, even though they're still young. They are learning the Most High laws. As long as I have breath in my body and I have a sound mind, I'm going to teach my children the right thing. All right. Yeah. And after this, they will turn. I probably read this, but I'm going to read it again. And after this, they will turn to me in all uprightness and with all their heart and with all their souls. And I will circumcise the foreskin of their heart and the foreskin of the heart of their seed. And I will create in them a Ruach HaKodesh. And I will cleanse them so that they shall not turn away from me from that day into eternity. Ooh, I'm sorry. I had to get some water. Whew. I was about to choke after that. My mouth got extra dry. All right. And their souls will cleave to me and to all my commandments, and they will fulfill my commandments, and I will be their father, and they shall be my children. And they all shall be called the children of the living Elohim. And every angel and every Ruach shall know, they shall know that these are my children, and I am their father in uprightness and righteousness, and that I love them. And do you write down for yourself all these words which I declare unto you on this mountain, the first and the last, which shall come to pass in all the divisions of the days of the Torah, and in the testimony, and in the weeks, in the jubilees, into eternity, until I descend and tabernacle with them throughout eternity. And he said to the angel of the presence, write for Moshe from the beginning of creation till my sanctuary has been built among them for all eternity. And Yahuwah will appear to the eyes of all, and all shall know that I am the Elohim of Yasharel, and the father of all the children of Jacob, and the king on Mount Zion for all eternity. In Zion and Jerusalem shall be holy. This is Yahusha. Yahuwah is Yahusha. That's who that is. All right. And the angel of the presence who went before the camp of Yasharel took the tables of the divisions of the years from the time of creation of the Torah and of the testimony of the weeks of the jubilees, according to the individual years, according to all the numbers of jubilees, according to the individual years. From the day of the new creation, when the heavens and the earth shall be renewed, and all their creation according to the powers of the heavens, and according to all the creation of the earth, until the sanctuary of Yahuwah shall be made in Jerusalem on Mount Zion, and all of the luminaries shall be renewed for healing, and for peace, and for blessing, for all of the elect of Yasharel. That's who the elect is Yasharel. And that thus it may be from that day unto all the days of the earth. This is why they took it out, because they didn't want you to know. They didn't want you to know none of this. Look up the book of Jubilees and read it for yourself. Start seeking the Most High for yourself, because they're liars. They lied to us. The devil got us, and we did it to ourselves. We did it to ourselves because we didn't want to follow what the Most High said to do. We hard-headed, and we still hard-headed. The Most High has some bad kids. We are hard-headed and stiff-necked, just like he said. So, I just suggest y'all start reading it for yourself, start praying, seek the Most High, and repent. We got to turn back as best we could. Turn back to the Most High. Them laws, statutes, and commandments was not done away with. They lied to us. They got us good. but the Most High is faithful to us. The Most High is faithful to his word. When he make a promise, he don't break it. We the ones that don't keep our promises and our agreements and our covenants. The Most High is faithful to that covenant that he made with our ancestors. When he said he was gonna be there, he there. He there 24/7, watching what we doing, protecting and punishing us at the same time. Cause we getting a much needed behind whooping. But hopefully this caused y'all to actually look this up, start reading this book. Don't just throw all the books out because the church, the pastor done told y'all not to read this stuff. Cause I done been told the 66 books is good for me. That's all I need. Sounding like an idiot. They really sound stupid. Cause you shouldn't want to deny knowledge just because you don't believe something. I seek it out first. Pray on it first. See what the Most High have to say about it first before you just throw stuff away. That's why we stupid, because we don't read and we let other people do things for us and listen to what they say, and that's why we are easy to get over, because we listen to people's lies and believe what their lies say instead of searching out the truth for yourself. So that's all I could say. Search out the truth for yourself. Pray to Abba Yah. Ask Abba Yah to open up your mind, your thoughts, your understanding, and to reveal the truth to you, because the truth will set you free. Abba Yah bless. Y'all like, follow, and share this. Look it up. Look it up for yourself.